What's up? Good afternoon. Thanks for coming. We appreciate it. The biggest, baddest fight card of the year for us this year. This thing is sold out in Anaheim. Who has the first question? It's good to be at a normal press conference again.
When I started powerlifting, 4 days a week, and I started, with these chicken ass legs with my bad genetics. I started deadlifting 600 pounds, squatting 500 pounds. USADA was in full effect. So how did I get away with that?
You did. I'm not saying you did it last year versus Ovent St. Preux. You were clean last year when you fought Ovent St. Preux.
When I was the biggest ever.
That's why
why
you look like you look.
How do I look?
You're a bum. That's why you look like a bum last time.
How do I look, DC?
Hey, that's all just. Hey, listen, that's all just for show. That's all just for show. I don't care about that.
Who looks like a junkie here today?
That's just all for show.
Look at
you
this
can
guy's
show your
face.
six pack.
Who looks like a junkie
You
here
can just
today?
show your six pack. That's fine. That's all
Who
for
looks
show.
like a junkie here today?
I look like a. I'm
You look
not.
like a crackhead with a suit on.
Was that?
You look like a crackhead with a suit on.
I could look like a crackhead with a suit on, but I've never been a crackhead like you, though. So you can say I look like one, but I've never been one. I've never been one.
I need this. I love the game. Like, I love the game. This is fun. This is great. I enjoy it, so I'm gonna be around. And I haven't even been doing this 8 years. Started real late.
I was talking to your cousin. He was telling me that like you didn't really like when you started. This wasn't really part of the plan. Like main eventing, $1 million fights and things like that. Is it still kind of like surreal that this like you're a prize fighter. You are the definition of a prize fighter. Headlining shows, the biggest card. Does that kind of sometimes you have to pinch yourself that wow, this wasn't really what I set out to do when I was going into Strikeforce Challengers.
Selena and I will lay in bed at night and talk about that. How we just always kind of dreamt of this becoming something so much bigger.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we were like, man, could this become this big? Like, because remember when I started, Kane was on his way to becoming the champ, and I saw how life had changed for Kane. I was like, you think I could be that guy? You think I could actually get to this level and mow the wall and all my friends? And she said something to me once, and it was, Kane makes it real. I'm like, huh? She goes, it's right there in front of you. He makes it real. So obviously it's possible. There's not that much difference between you guys. She goes, he makes it real. So just believe. And I was like, wow. But I mean, I've said time and time again, in the beginning we had nothing. We stayed in a 700 square foot apartment. We had food stamps, had government assistance. And now we have everything we could ever have imagined. I've got businesses, I've got money, my children have everything. They have stuff that I will leave behind me for them. So I think honestly, man, like I'm really the American dream. Like it's what you dream of as a kid. I grew up in Lafayette, Louisiana. We didn't have anything. You came in here and I told you me and Craig sleep in the same bed.
Yeah.
Because that's what we used to do our whole life. There wasn't enough space for everybody to have their own spot. So we just made do. And now we've got everything.
This fight was originally supposed to be Cyborg versus Jermaine Durandamy, and Jermaine said, essentially, I don't want to fight her because she's a PED user, and then they eventually stripped her, and then it was Megan Anderson, and then it was you. Do you understand where Jermaine is coming from, or does it seem crazy to you that she allowed them to strip her of the belt just because she didn't want to fight Cyborg?
I just don't care. I don't give a shit about anybody else's career. I'm here to fight, and I think that if you're the champion, you fight everybody. If she's passing drug tests, if she's in the weight class and they're letting her fight, I mean, they're going to let her fight. So, I mean, crying about it ain't going to help anybody. So, are you the champion or you not? You want to fight or you don't? So.
Do you care about her past at all? Do you have any questions about her? Do you have any reservations about fighting her?
I think that everybody's asking me these questions. What if she doesn't make weight? What if she fails her drug test? Man, I want both of them things to happen. If she doesn't make weight, I get some of her money. If she doesn't pass her drug test, she can't win the title. I mean, I don't give a shit at the end of the day. I'm here to fight. The fight's going to happen. So, of course, I want both them things to happen.
So this is the question. Is Robbie Lawler a closet John Cena fan?
Freaking Mo.
That is the word on the street. In fact,
He's got a
he has sent me this picture.
Yeah, but he cut out another person.
What happened? What is this? He says you walk around with the jersey
Yeah.
and the wristbands. Is that true? John Cena, can you do the "You Can't See Me" for us?
No, Mo,
Why not?
Mo is great, and whatever.
What's wrong with being a John Cena fan?
There's nothing wrong
Yes,
with
what
it.
are you ashamed of?
But obviously, Mo thinks there's something wrong with it. But I'm neither a fan nor whatever else you would.
A hater.
Yeah, exactly.
You're just down the middle?
I'm neutral. I'm like, okay, whatever.
You have a son. I'm sure he's a fan.
They're putting on a show and doing their thing, and my son enjoys wrestling, so that's why I was at that event.
Well, welcome back. Appreciate it. And don't be ashamed about the Cena stuff. There's nothing wrong. He's a great athlete, very successful. He does
Yeah, he does his thing.
Yeah.
Mo.
Oh, there it is. There it is. Well done, Rod. Is mud riding?
Mud riding, you say, I've got a Polaris Razor. It's a side-by-side. Put these nice-ass tires on it that'll go through some mud.
But is that a good thing that you got stuck in the mud, or is that a bad thing?
That's where the fun part comes in. You get stuck, you got to get out, and
Wow.
whenever you got a buzz, you don't give a damn about it. You go out
What
there.
buzz?
drink-
What are you talking about?
Go
Drinking
out-
and driving? That's not good.
Yeah, you're drinking and
What are you
driving.
talking about? You got a great career going on here.
You're in the woods. It's legal. So, you go out there, you get fun. You get a little messed up. You have some fun, man. And
Dear. Don't
that's
tell the
what I
UFC
love.
this. What about his style do you admire?
All that he doesn't go out there to try and secure a win. He goes out there to fucking destroy. You know, it's always been like that. He's a fighter's fighter. He's one of the last dying breeds, man. And fight's gonna be just like that. They're gonna talk about this fight for a long time.
I know my opponent came out here to sign some autographs, but he didn't work for you guys. I'll work, and I'll sign your autograph. Except for the boy that wore his daughter's belt today. Look at his belt. I'm not signing shit for a kid with his daughter's belt. Who else want to boo? Let's go. Keep it coming. Who else want to boo while we scorch your ass right out of here? He signed for 30 minutes. I'll sign every one of your autographs. Except for the guy that wore his daughter's belt today. I think I may want him to leave. Should he leave? Get his ass out of here. Get him out of here. We don't want to see him anymore.
At the end of the day, that's what happened when fighters start looking too far down the road. You get your ass whooped. You think about George St. Pierre. I got Damian Maia, who's on a 7-fight win streak. Everybody who has a great answer, just don't let him take you down. He still takes them down and get on their back and beats them. So with that said, it's not in stone. I've never seen a bout agreement. George St. Pierre hasn't communicated to me or my management team that we're fighting next. So with that said, in victory over Damian Maia, that opened up doors for everything else. In defeat, there's no George St. Pierre. There's no Nick Diaz. There's no other fight after that. So for all you guys, I really don't want to talk about George. George know where the fuck I'm at. If he wanted to fight me, Damian Maia would have never been in this spot. It would have been me and George. So I think he's playing games. He was on a podcast earlier this week talking to Bisping about fighting Bisping. So let me focus on Damian Maia. Let's give him the respect that he deserves. He's a world-class fighter. Though the fans don't appreciate jiu-jitsu, even though it's built the UFC, I respect jiu-jitsu. I respect what he brings to the table. I don't want to talk about Conor, Floyd, or fucking George St. Pierre. I'm just being real.
really no excuses. I just feel like I fought like a pussy. But I'm just disappointed I didn't at least go 5 rounds. I think that I don't know why I went down. I don't know why I didn't get up. I don't know. No excuses, really.
This dream is long time ago. I had this dream, but a lot of things coming in my career, and man, I'm very thankful to have this opportunity to be the 3rd belt, different the organization, and I feel very happy, I'm very blessed. And the first day I start training, I keep training. I mean, 12 years. I start 2005 training. I keep the training same way. Every day, I train every day, learn every day, never stop, because I know people watch me for want to beat me, and I keep just training, invest, and I know the day you're gonna come, and today the day.
He did the perfect game plan, and I was trying to pressure, and I also connect some punches, but wasn't enough to make him feel and to connect my takedowns. I never give up, and I will, I come to this fight with 5 weeks notice, and I leave this fight with my head up.
When they have a plan for the next fight, they'll usually say it in the octagon after a win. They'll say, oh, you're next for this guy, etc. You mentioned GSP, but Joe never mentioned GSP and mentioned how, this was the least amount of strikes thrown in a title fight. Did you take that as an odd sign, like that this is kind of slipping away from you?
No, I don't think it's slipping away. I mean, if he doesn't want to fight me, he doesn't want to fight me. But I take it as a poor usage of stats. That's like somebody in the wrestling community say, "Oh, he led the conference in escapes." That means he got his ass taken down 1,000,000 times and he got an escape. How about you say you have the fastest KO in welterweight championship history? You have the highest takedown defense in welterweight history. You just fought a guy, 2 guys back to back. They were on 7-fight win streaks, and you beat them convincingly. Let's pull out those stats. How many times have I been hurt? How many times have I been in danger? Those are stats that people don't recognize and they don't use. So with that said, I felt like it was a poor usage of stats. I don't think he meant anything by it. But I really never thought George was going to be like, oh, I win the fight. George is going to walk in the octagon and they announced that we're going to fight. I never had that, that emotion that was going to happen.
How is this second title reign going to be different than the first one? What's gonna change for this one going forward?
Well, my effort. I think I'll make a conscious effort to just do better. I'm also a lot more aware of who I am and the responsibility that comes with being a champion, a UFC champion. And so I don't want to sit up here and make promises and say that I'm going to be a saint, because I'm a wild motherfucker at the end of the day.
His actions over the past year and a half certainly don't reflect you, but were a complete opposite of what you guys stand for. To see the way he talked about DC afterwards with the class and the admiration, and not going low and not trying to stick it to him and not doing what he did after the first fight, what did you make of that?
That's the true Bushido that John has. I think people are quick to point out all of John's faults, and they don't always see all the great things John does, and he really does have a big heart. He cares a lot about people, and I think he showed a lot of class with the way he respected DC after the fight. We all have so much respect and admiration, and I think DC brought out the best in us as a team, as a group. Everything since UFC 200 just brought us that much tighter together, and I think that would have broken a lot of other teams and coaching staffs.
The dirty secret is I think you have a pretty good relationship with DC, maybe a mutual respect. Does it hurt you a little bit to see him cry and to see him hurt like that?
Oh, absolutely. John was celebrating with the belt, and I couldn't help but watch DC and his great coaching staff at AKA embracing each other. In this game, we've all been on both sides of it, and it's hard. Yeah, you got to feel for him. Like I said, I think DC brought the best out of us. I got a lot of respect and admiration for him as a martial artist, and more importantly, as a man.
Really fun card. It lived up to the hype, and very good to hear that it's actually trending in the right direction as far as pay-per-view buys are concerned. We were worried that people would stop buying pay-per-views, and I think the owners of the UFC are probably a little more worried than us, but it's good to see that the fans still care about big shows. This arena right here has hosted Penn Hughes, Kane against JDS1, the 2 Fedor fights in Affliction, Rousey, Carmouche, and now it can add, like I said, another great fight, Jones, Cormier 2. I thought that lived up to the hype. Maybe we didn't think it would end that way, But boy, oh boy, was it fascinating theater for 2.5 rounds. Congratulations to John Jones, who is once again the UFC light heavyweight champion. And congratulations to Chris Cyborg on becoming the new UFC women's featherweight champion. Also, of course, to Tyron Woodley for retaining his welterweight title. All right, we are done from here in Southern California. Again, thank you so much for watching our coverage all week long, from Los Angeles to La Mirada to Cerritos to Anaheim. It was a little tour of SoCal. Now it is time for us to say goodbye. Off to New York, MMA Hour on Monday. Much to discuss as well, but we shall say goodnight from outside the Hana Center. For Esther, Casey, Mark, I'm Mario. Again, thanks so much for watching. We'll see you Monday for the MMA Hour. There was a lot to talk about. Oh my God. Oh no. I didn't see that one coming.